Good part of the day, my dear digital friends. My name is Anna Dieter, and I am a pioneer of a brand new profession called Etalon Speech Education. Etalon stands for Standard for Measurement. I'm here today because it is the 1st of September. It's the beginning of the new school year. I'm a teacher, and I'm a teacher from former Soviet Union, from Russia, and I am so used to beginning the new school year on the 1st of September. So this feeling is still with me. I have kind of a really holiday mood today because yes, it's the beginning of the new school year. New beginnings, the 1st of September. I really like this day. It has a very different energy for me. This is why I've decided to come to you here live. And again, let's talk about a very big problem that people who stutter have. They all are missing only one thing, and it's called speech education. All people who stutter have one big problem. They do not have a health problem. They are not sick. They are not ill. They don't have any sicknesses. They don't have any sicknesses in their body. They have a perfect brain, perfect tongue, perfect lungs. The whole body is absolutely perfect. The only problem they have is called how do I put it politically correct? It's called big confusion in their mind. Each and every person who stutters is confused. They don't really know what normal speaking is and what stuttering really is. When they were young and they had difficulty speaking, they were just learning to speak. And when they had those difficulties, unfortunately, their parents brought them to various conventional specialists like speech therapists, speech pathologists, psychologists, and so on. And those people, I'm sure, they are very nice people. But the problem is, those people have not been trained in reality correctly. They really don't understand that normal speaking is not a medical condition. And when a person makes a little mistake in speaking, especially when it's a young child who's just learning to speak, learning to operate his or her perfect body, perfect parts of the body. Once again, I mentioned those perfect parts of the body. It's the tongue, it's the lungs, and it's the brain. 3 parts of the body, okay? When a child is learning, guess what? Child always makes mistakes. This is totally natural. Okay, so let me see if I have any questions. Okay, I have some other people joining me now. Yes. Hi guys, thank you for joining me. But let me continue my little explanation. So today, on the 1st day of September, it's the beginning of the school year. See, I even on Instagram, I've even selected this happy, cheerful filter where I look like with all surrounded with hearts. So I am here today to simply suggest that you stop believing disinformation, misinformation about you being ill, you being sick, that you need some kind of a cure of your stuttering. Because in reality, stuttering is not a sickness. Stuttering is not something that ever requires a cure. Please understand it. And I'm here today to explain to you that when people stutter, it's simply indication of a very simple fact. They still have not learned to use in coordination the perfect parts of the body and mind. They still haven't learned to do it in coordination for saying any word, anywhere, in front of anyone with ease, with comfort, and with 100% accuracy. I've heard from so many people who stutter. When they come to me, they tell me, Anna, how come I can speak? Well, sometimes I am speaking, as they say, fluently when I'm alone, but when I'm in front of other people, I cannot speak well. Well, it only indicates that you are the beginner. You are beginning to learn to speak, to use your speech instrument. And that when you are alone, yeah, you may be speaking better because there are less distractions, right? You do not expect anybody to judge you. You're not afraid that someone will laugh at your mistakes. And of course, you're speaking better because your attention is on speaking. But the moment you are in front of other people, all of a sudden you realize, oops, I may make a mistake now. Oh my God, stuttering is coming. And you are focusing on, at this moment, on something that normal people are never focus on. Okay? So, and you lose your concentration. You lose your focus. And also, in order to be focusing on speaking, you need to know, what does it mean? The words speaking, stuttering, communication, what else? All these words are so confusing for a lot of people. You don't understand when someone will tell you, hey, speak. You have no idea what you need to do. And when you begin speaking, you begin guessing. And that's the problem. When you are guessing, sometimes you guess it right, but unfortunately, most of the time, you guess it wrong and you become frustrated. You become ashamed of your mistakes. You feel horrible when you're making mistakes and people begin laughing at your mistakes because you are no longer a young child. Of course, it's embarrassing for you. You feel shameful. I'm here to let you know, guys, that it's very simple to stop stuttering today. But it is simple only for me. If you come and enroll in my class, I will easily guide you to the road, to the path to your stutter-free speech. Easily. I will simply explain to you why it takes only 3 days. Because I will explain to you, here is your instrument. This is how it's built, and this is how all people, not just you, all people on this planet are using it. This is how it is. You begin using it, and guess what? The moment you begin using your perfect, not broken, speech instrument, you immediately begin speaking without stuttering. Instantly. The moment you begin using correctly your speech instrument in the same way how all people on the planet are using it, your stuttering disappears instantly. But yes, it takes about 3 days to adjust, to learn to adjust your perfect body, your perfect brain, your perfect lungs, your perfect tongue, perfect, to adjust to using them all in coordination and begin speaking like everyone else. And as a matter of fact, it's really, really simple. I want you to understand it. It's very simple. Therefore, I recommend you begin your new school year today. So here is what I'm here to tell you. How come it takes only 3 days? Because once you've learned how to move your speech instrument, how to use your speech instrument for saying accurately, with ease, with comfort, with pleasure, any word you want to say, you're gonna fall in love with it. I promise. And also, the moment you're gonna learn how to operate your perfect body-mind computer, you need to learn it only one time. And then you can continue using your body-mind computer in exactly the same way, because it will never change. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. We learn how to move our tongue for any word only one time. One time. And then we move our tongue in the same way for the rest of our life. It will never change. You gotta understand it. This is why it takes only 3 days. You need to understand how the speech instrument is built and how you're supposed to use it to play any melody of your voice, which is a word, of course, anywhere, anytime. This is very important to understand. And once you've learned, just keep doing it, because it will never change. No more reason for frustration, because if you have done it correctly one time, continue doing it in the same way. But what is it that you are doing when you are speaking without difficulties? Do you know this? And this is the problem. Shahib Zhaz. I read it. Hi. He wrote hi. I apologize that I probably didn't read it correctly, but I don't know. My tongue doesn't have a muscle memory of saying your word. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask, because I didn't plan to stay here for too long today. So I just wanted to congratulate everyone with the beginning of the new school year. And I am looking forward to more students. I'm looking forward to more people getting rid of stuttering. I really look forward to helping more people. But when I say more people, I also want you to understand, I'm just one person, and it's physically impossible for me to help more than maybe 3, 4 people in 1 month. I can physically work with only 1 student a month. This is why I educate only very few people every month. And when people say, oh, Anna, if you want more students, maybe you need to decrease the cost for your classes, then you're going to have more students. No, guys, I cannot do this, because we need funds to create the new profession. We need to create the new profession called Etalon or Standard Speech Educator. This is who I am. I'm no longer a speech therapist. I used to be. No longer. I am an Etalon or Standard Speech educator or teacher. Okay, how to improve muscle memory? There is only tongue exercise. That's a good question, my dear, but I'm gonna respond to you with a question that will probably make you think, make you become rational. Look at the picture behind me. Do you see the picture of a parrot on the wall? Do you see it? What tongue exercises do parrots make? Do they do it? Just answer to me. What kinds of exercises do parrots make? Of course they don't. How do parrots that speak humans' words pretty accurately, right? Parrots can't say humans' words. How do they learn to say these words? What do you think? It's very simple. They learned to say humans' words in exactly the same way how we learn the words. It's based on a revolutionary new science. Revolutionary. It's called the law of resonance. Parrots just hear and repeat. Excuse me. They hear all kinds of noises and they repeat these noises using what? Using the little tongue that they also have. Just like humans, parrots have great hearing and a little tongue. And that's how they learn. You don't need to do any special tongue exercises. Shuhaib. You simply need to learn words. That's it. Learn words. And most people who stutter have a big confusion between words that they hear. This is a auditory memory. Yeah, we can hear words, we can recognize them, we can remember how they sound, right? But it's totally different from speaking, from creating word with your tongue. Totally different. People who stutter may know how to write words. They may have built the muscle memory of their hand, right? But again, it's different. You need to build the muscle memory of your tongue. How to do it? This is my job. When you come to me, I will simply teach just this to you. To teach you how all people on the planet are using their speech instrument, which again is a tongue. All you need is to be with me for about 5-6 hours. You need to invest some funds and time into spending with me for 5-6 hours. Then you will understand what to do and how to improve muscle memory. Not improve. You don't need to improve it. You need to build it. You don't have it. Do you understand the difference? Improving the memory and building it. You need to build the muscle memory of your tongue. Just the way you were building the muscle memory of your hand when you were learning to write words with the letters. Remember that time when you went to school and they were teaching you how to write letters, how to type on the computer? Do you remember those times when you were young? Did you do some special exercises for that? Of course not. The teacher would just teach you. Here is letter A, grab a pen and write like this, letter A. No special exercises. And you were writing these sticks And eventually you simply remember, this is how I move my hand. And you build the muscle memory of your hand. That's it. Okay, you wrote something else. What's going on Instagram? I guess people all went to sleep. It's the time I'm in when people are already, it's too late for people. My guess. For Instagram, I have to come up earlier. Okay, so Shuhaib wrote to me, I think stammering is a mental disorder, not a physical problem. All children are learning speaking skills, but the problem with stammering, something blocking in their mind. You're absolutely right, actually. Something is blocking in the mind. And my dear, what is the mind? The mind is a storage room for information. Our mind is like a hard drive on the hard disk on the computer memory. That's what our mind is. It's a whole bunch of information that we all have, okay? And unfortunately, people who stutter have a lot of disinformation, misinformation. Sometimes I call it a virus, informational virus, okay? And this is your block. You're absolutely right. You are blocked. And the block is in your mind because you don't know what you need to do to speak. This is the biggest block. So basically, there are different mental blocks on our mind that we have, not just people who stutter, everyone on this planet. When we don't know, we're always confused. What do I need to do? Like earlier, I tried to do I think someone rescheduled this call. I just got notification that someone needs to talk to me on Zoom. Anyway, hello, Riza. Yay, good to see you. I think I've seen you before, right? Okay, so what I was talking about is everything begins in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. When we are confused, yeah, I remember now what I was going to say. Someone asked me a question if I got vaccinated. And I said, no, I didn't. And I'm not planning to because I'm not suicidal. No one knows what it is, what kind of sickness it is, what's in those vaccines. No one knows. But everyone goes, yeah, I'll take the shot. I'll take the shot. I'm not suicidal. I'm not going to do it because I'm totally confused about it. This is why I'm not going to do it. The same thing is with stuttering. You guys are all confused. You have a lot of disinformation. Anywhere you go, anywhere you Google, you search, you see stuttering is, no one knows what stuttering is. Stuttering is a problem in the brain. It's whatever they say, wiring of the brain. There is something wrong with breathing. There is something wrong with this, that. They keep telling you that you are basically a broken person. These are all lies. I want you to understand that these are all lies that only confuse you. You begin thinking, oh, there is something wrong with me. Oh, I'm broken. Oh, I need some breathing exercises. I need some tongue exercises. I need some, what someone just wrote, Riza wrote, one practice, tell me. I need some practice. You don't need all of this. Practice, of course, you do need, but before you practice, what are you going to practice, my dear? You have no idea what to do. Let me explain to you. You do it. You do it. What you do it. I don't know what you mean by this. Let me give you a very simple example, analogy, so you could understand clearly what I mean. So right now, I see only people on YouTube. Instagram is quiet. They all went to sleep. So let me explain to you. Have you ever seen Olympic Games, let's say ice skating? Have you ever watched ice skating? So imagine that you are, okay, have prolongation problem and some have blockages. Yeah, I know, you're absolutely right. Okay, don't you think that $6,000 is quite a lot? Yes, it is a lot. We'll talk about it later. Let me give you an analogy. Of course it is a lot because it's your life. It's my life, it's your life. It's a huge price. Okay, if you don't value your life, I do. So let me continue. And by the way, you don't have to take the whole class. You don't have to take the whole 3-day course if it's too much for you. I understand it. I'll explain it later. There are options. Okay. Are you ready to listen, or are you going to be asking anyone from India? I see that you guys are communicating with each other. So anyway, keep doing it. Not a problem. So let me give you an analogy. Imagine you are an Olympic game winner. You are a champion. You are the best ice skater. You can ice skate better than anyone in the world because you just got a golden medal. How do you know that you are the best? Because they gave you a gold medal, right? You're so proud of yourself. Yay, I am a champion. But what have you done to become a champion? What have you done? Riza, you wrote this magic word. You practiced a lot, right? You practiced a lot. But what did you do before you even started practicing? What did you have to do? Were you born already knowing how to ice skate? Of course not. Your parents probably, if you understand me, because I'm from Russia, I know what ice skating is. As a matter of fact, I used to attend ice skating club and I know how to ice. I knew, I probably forgot already. So your parents took you to a coach. The coach, the teacher, the trainer showed you, explained to you what you need to do. How do you ice skate? What movements with your legs you need to do when you ice skate? Your coach explained to you. And then your coach gave you tasks, and then you started doing it. You started practicing. And after years of practice, you finally became Olympic champion. Now imagine that you didn't go to a coach, didn't go to ice skating trainer. You put your ice skating boots, whatever, okay, you put them on and you go like, I can learn it without a coach. I'll do it myself. Okay, I like how this ice skater just jumped in the air and did this triple toe loop, whatever they call it, turned 3 times in the air. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna learn how to do it, right? So you jump up in the air and you go like this, and then what will happen? Boom! You're gonna fall on the ice. And what you're gonna say, ouch, that hurt, right? After that, you will have 2 choices. Now listen carefully, this is very important because it very much relates to stuttering, to speaking. After you fell on the ice and felt the pain, you have 2 options. Option number 1, you may say, oh my God, I'm so bad at ice skating and it hurts. I'm not gonna ice skate anymore. I don't like it. I'm never gonna be doing it again. I'm gonna throw away my boots. That's it. Ice skating is not for me. This is option number one. Option number two, you may go to a coach. You may say, ouch, that hurts. I need to go to a coach, ice skating coach, and the coach will show me how to do it. So I wouldn't fall down. I wouldn't break my whatever neck, because I still want to learn to ice skate. Did you understand what I just told you? Two choices. You can attempt to do it on your own, falling down and telling, no, 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 I'm not gonna do it. Or you can go to a coach. The coach will explain everything to you, demonstrate everything to you, and you're gonna begin doing it correctly and stop stuttering. Stop making mistakes. Did you understand my analogy? Because speaking is also a muscular skill that we all learn. When you were a baby, at some point of your young life, you made mistakes and you didn't like it. Maybe someone laughed at you and you decided not to talk anymore. You say, oh, that hurts. I don't like when they're laughing at me. Oh, I cannot say the word. It hurts. You know, when you did something wrong. And that's it. You said speaking is not for me. I'm not going to speak anymore. You were young. You made this decision. Of course, it was not a rational decision. But unfortunately, you didn't have anyone to help you. You did not have someone who would tell you, what do you mean speaking is not for you? Of course it is for you. Look at me, little one. What word you couldn't say? Okay, look at me. I'm going to say this word. Now look at me. Now you say exactly in the same way. Say it just like I did. Good job. Say it again. Say it again. Keep moving your tongue in the same way. Enjoy, because now you're speaking like a big boy or like a big girl. That's it. Okay, so let me see now what else is here. There are so many famous persons who had this stammering problem. Why did they approach you? Why did they approach you? I don't know. What people are you talking about? You gotta understand, guys, those who are famous, they are famous for something else, not for speaking. They may be famous. I've seen famous basketball players. They don't care. It doesn't matter how they speak. They're famous for their other muscles. Okay, they know how to use other muscles. They're very good with that. Okay, guys on Instagram, are you gonna ask questions? Because if you are not, I'm gonna stop broadcasting on Instagram. Okay, why? Okay, can I ask you something, please? I'm a stutterer. Why did stammering decreasing and increasing? Oh, that's a good question. Why stammering decreases and increases? Once again, you need to understand what stammering is. Stammering is, or stuttering or stammering, is your, let me show to you a little slogan here. Can you read it? Your stammering is your no, from where? It's mirror reflection. I don't know. Sometimes when you are talking about things that you know what you're talking about, you've talked about it many, many times. Of course it's easier. You know words and you make less mistakes. But if you begin talking about something that you've never talked about, or you're talking in the language that you don't know words much, then you're going to make more mistakes. It's always this: if you don't know words, how to say words with your tongue, you're going to make mistakes. It's inevitable. You will always be making mistakes if you don't know how to say the word. You need to learn it at least one time in your life. One time, and this is what my students do. They learn it only one time in their lives, and then they go forever. What? Someone on Instagram wrote, worst stutterers ever executed for stuttering, like in Holocaust. I don't know, my dear. I haven't lived in those times. Once again, you got to understand what stuttering is. Stuttering is your I don't know. It's no skills of how to say accurately words. That's it. So stuttering is not a sickness. You got to understand. But one thing I can tell you for sure, Balenciaga, that when you are not a good speaker, when you are speaking and you forget what you want to say, when you can't say what you want to say, people are not interested in you. People lose interest in you. It's not interesting to communicate with someone who cannot clearly express their thoughts. I'll tell you even more. You know, these days we watch YouTube all the time, right? So YouTube, and other online videos. When someone sends me the video, I begin watching it and I hear a lot of speaking mistakes. I lose my interest. I don't care what this person wants to say. If he cannot say it without repeating words, blocking, I cannot listen. My ears hurt. You listen to me speak. How many times did they say, ah? How many times did they stumble? How many times did they repeat words? How many times? Do I do it ever? I don't. Sometimes I may do it, but I do it in purpose. I have a purpose to do it. If I know I'm talking to someone and it's too noisy and I know a person didn't hear me, of course I'm going to repeat it. Or I talk to someone and a person speaks English as their second language and the person may not understand me, or maybe my accent, because English is my second language as well. So I will repeat. But other than that, there is no reason for repetition. Not the beginning of the word, not one sound, just the whole word. For what? There is no reason for repetition. But how do I speak without making mistakes? I use the natural standards, natural speaking norms that I teach to my students. And the moment my students learn this simple, see, I'm repeating the word simple. I wanted to repeat this word. Simple, natural speaking norms. They speak like all people on the planet, and even better, because they no longer go, they no longer repeat words, they no longer stumble, and so on. Okay? So please understand, stuttering is a whole bunch of mistakes you make because you simply don't know how to speak without making mistakes. You don't know. You have never, ever experienced it. Never, ever. I guarantee. You don't know what it feels like when you speak, and speak. I can talk all day long and I will never repeat because I don't fall asleep when I speak. I'm always conscious. I'm always selecting what I want to talk about. And I'm always feeling my tongue move. This is what I do, and I teach this to my students. It's very simple, extremely simple. But once again, unfortunately today, I am the only English-speaking person who can share this revolutionary knowledge, my wisdom with you. No one on the planet can do it. No one. Not yet. I hope one day there will be more people, but not yet. Okay? So let me see what else you wrote to me. Thanks for the explanation. Wash hands? I don't know what wash hands means. Okay. So once again, yes, Lena, I'm here to explain what you guys, if you stutter and you don't want to stutter anymore, you simply need to learn what all people on the planet do when they speak. And because it's very simple, 3 days is more than enough. So this is what happens. You learn what normal speech is on day number 1. And then for 2 more days, you're simply adjusting your normal speech instrument to saying words accurately and with ease. This is why it's 3 days, because you need to learn to synchronize the work of my tongue with the work of your tongue. We're simply synchronizing. You are learning just like a parrot, synchronizing the way I move my tongue. You need to move in the same way. And I'm going to demonstrate it to you and explain what I mean exactly. So I promised to go back to the message of, oh, he retracted the message about too much. Oh, no. Lena wrote here, don't you think that $6,000 is quite a lot? I promise that I'm going to go back. Yes, it is a lot. But I'm going to ask you to, I don't know how old you are, Lena, okay? But I have worked with people after 50 years. 50 years old, 60 years old. I once educated one person who stuttered, and he was already 68 years old. Doesn't matter how old you are. But why I'm bringing this up? Because these people lost their whole lives. They were speaking somehow for the whole life. They were struggling. Stuttering dictated them, ordered them what job they would have to do. They had dreams, but they had to hide their dreams and select the job that stuttering told them to do. They did it. They didn't do the jobs they wanted to do. They didn't do things they dreamed about doing. So this is why they were struggling, and for many, many years in their life, they were attending all kinds of courses. I remember I had one student who told me the story. He went to more than 10 different programs because he dreamed about getting rid of stuttering. You know how much money he invested? Much more than that. Much more. Over the course of your life, you will invest much more. And not just this, you will lose a lot of money because you're not going to do the work that you're dreaming about. You will lose. You will lose your whole life. But if you believe it's too much, what can I do? Because As I mentioned in the beginning, Lena, as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm just one person. I cannot teach 80 million people. Physically, I can't. I teach only 2 to sometimes 3, very rare 4 students a month because it's too much for me. Too much, it's my life. I don't need so many students. I need only those who actually are very, very serious about fixing their life, getting their freedom, because right now, every person who stutters is a slave. You are a slave. You are a prisoner of these stuttering lies that you believe. But as I promised, again, I'm going to explain to you that if $6,000 is the 3-day course, which is, of course, is not just 3 days. It's my life. I give a 100% success guarantee and lifetime free support if you ever need it. If, of course. Hope not. But if you do, I'm always available. And money is never between us. It's a peace of mind that you get. Okay? But if you don't have this big amount of money yet, you can simply step inside of my classroom for 3 times smaller amount investment. Of course, I don't give any guarantee for 1 day, but I do offer 1-day course. 1 day only. Okay? And it's 3 times less. It's not that huge amount. You can come and you can step inside of the classroom and see what is it that Anna Dieter teaches and what are the results of this 1-day class. And then you decide whether it's enough for you, could be, or you want to come back and complete your education. That's very, very simple. Okay, I see that there are more comments. Okay, I will rewrite my comment. Okay, sometimes when I get asked a question, instead of focusing on what I want to say, I start thinking of the fact that I stutter and that I can't say the word exactly. Exactly, Lena, you're a smart girl. Girl, I hope it's a girl. It's a girl's name, Lena. Actually, my niece's name is Lena. Same name. Okay, Lena, you're absolutely right. And the reason you begin thinking of the fact that you stutter is because you don't know what to do. You don't know. And when you learn what exactly you need to do, you will not have time to think, I stutter. You're not going to be focused on that. You don't know what to be focused on, because once again, I'm going to hold this for you, Lena, because you simply don't know what normal speaking is. Okay, I'm sorry, someone wrote something else. No. Instagram is asleep today. It's a nighttime for Europe almost. Okay, so Lena wrote something else. Lena, I hope you understand what I am explaining here. In order to speak, you need to focus on your tongue. But you don't know what to do with the tongue. That's why, I'm going to show to you something else. I want you to raise your finger like this. Put it in the way kind of a little bit behind you so you wouldn't be able to see it, Lena, okay? Lena, do what I'm telling you to do. Begin moving your finger like this, okay? How do you know that your finger is moving? How? Because you are feeling it, right? You don't see it. You are feeling that your finger is moving, right? Now, if I told you, Lena, stop moving your finger, and then I'd ask you, is your finger up or down now? Yeah, you got it. Is your tongue up or down? You would say, not tongue, of course, finger. You would say up. How do you know? Because you're feeling it. This is what all normal people do when they speak. They are connected sensorily to their muscle. This muscle. Yes, exactly, up. And when I speak, if I stumble, I know I'm not moving my tongue correctly. But it's not a problem for me. Yeah, very beautiful comparison. I always use this kind of analogies so people could understand me. It's very simple. Okay? So, Lynn, I recommend you schedule a free 45-minute consultation with me. If we haven't had it yet, then come to me, we'll chat. It's all very, very simple, but unfortunately, too many people are confused. Unfortunately. Anyway, okay, so I will begin going live now, just here and there. I just don't know what time to come up live because I'm working with the whole world. Never know what time to come to catch people, okay? So once again, stuttering is simple. It's your fear of unknown. This is the simplest explanation. It's the fear of unknown. You don't know how to do it. When you do it, you make mistakes and you don't like it. You develop the fear of speaking. And what is it that you fear? You fear of something that you simply don't know. Okay? So anyway, lots of love to you. I really recommend everyone to come to me to www.livestutterfree.info, watch my webinar, and schedule a free 45-minute consultation with me. I'll answer all your questions, and then you decide what you want to do with your life. It's not my life, it's your life. Okay? Have a great day and thanks for your time. Absolutely. Bye-bye. Okay, let me end broadcast.